There is a story, buried for centuries, that can change how you see yourself and the world. It is a story about power, truth, and the sacred knowledge kept hidden, perhaps so humanity would never realize its full potential. It begins in 1945, beneath the burning Egyptian sun. Ordinary workers searching for fertilizer unearthed an ancient stone jar near Nag Hammadi. Inside the jar, 13 leather-bound manuscripts waited, sealed for nearly 2,000 years, preserving wisdom that had been lost, censored, or deliberately concealed since the earliest days of Christianity. Among these texts was the Gospel of Thomas, a book like no other. It was not a storybook, but a collection of 114 mysterious sayings. Each one was designed as a key, a code, to awaken the immense power hidden within the seeker. The first lines ignite the imagination. These are the secret words which Jesus, the living one, spoke, and Didymus Judas Thomas wrote down. Whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings shall never taste death. Not whoever believes or whoever obeys, but whoever finds the interpretation. The true secret is not in the words, but in the spark they awaken in you. Let not the seeker rest until they find. When they find, they will be troubled. When troubled, they will marvel, and then they will reign over the universe. These are not words of fear or guilt. They are a call to power and courage, an awakening meant to shake the foundations of what you have been taught about yourself, reality, and creation. If these teachings had survived, spoken in every church and printed in every Bible, would our world look the same? Would more people know that they are not beggars in the house of the divine, but creators, sparks of the infinite, with the power to shape reality? By the year 325, Emperor Constantine and the early church authorities assembled and edited the Christian canon. They made choices, which stories would be told, which would be erased. The result was a Bible shaped by political necessity, unifying, yes, but also controlling. At least 45 books were removed or transformed beyond recognition. Messages of oneness, self-realization, and manifestation were buried. But truth cannot be buried forever. It survived in fragments, in the whispered prayers of mystics, in the silent meditations of Buddhist monks, in secret texts hidden in deserts and caves. And sometimes, truth re-emerges when the world is ready to hear it. Let's step into the realm of true mystery, where the stories of Jesus, the Buddha, and the world's greatest spiritual traditions intersect in mind-bending ways. Legend has it that, on the hills and in the silent nights, Jesus shared secrets not only with his disciples, but in spirit with seekers around the world. His teachings, preserved in the hidden Gospel of Thomas, echo the truths spoken by the Buddha under the Bodhi tree and by Tibetan masters in Himalayan caves. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. He spoke of the two becoming one, a phrase that resonates deeply in Buddhism, where the merging of dualities brings enlightenment. The ancient texts say Jesus told them, "When you make the two one, then you will say to the mountain, 'Move away,' and it will move." In Zen Buddhism, it is taught that all dualities, good and bad, self and other, heaven and earth, are ultimately illusions. Enlightenment is the realization that there is only one mind, one field of awareness. Tibetan Buddhism goes even deeper. In the teachings of Dzogchen, the highest view, is that all things are empty, luminous, and interconnected. Reality is a dream, and the awakened mind can dream consciously with love and intention. Tibetan yogis have long performed miracles, raising their body temperature in icy caves, manifesting objects through intense visualization, even attaining the legendary rainbow body, a sign that spirit and matter are one. Across the world, in the temples of India, yogis have meditated on the inner self as the source of all creation. The Upanishads say, "As is your desire, so is your will. As is your will, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your destiny." The Sufis whirl, losing themselves in ecstatic union with the divine, believing that when the heart and mind become one, miracles occur. Indigenous shamans journey in trance, experiencing the world as a web of living energy. Every thought and prayer sends ripples throughout the universe. In modern language, this is the law of attraction. What you hold in mind and heart, you attract. What you feel as real, you manifest. Centuries later, science would finally catch up. Quantum physics reveals a truth the mystics always knew. At the subatomic level, there is no separation, no thingness, just fields, energy, and probability. The observer effect shows that consciousness affects reality. When you focus your attention, your energy, your emotion, you collapse possibility into reality. Researchers have measured the power of the heart in the West and in the East. In Tibetan monasteries, monks are wired to machines. Scientists observe how focused meditation and loving kindness increase electromagnetic coherence, changing not just the body, but the space around them. It is the same secret Jesus taught. If you believe in your heart and do not doubt, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. The ancient Buddhist prayer is nearly identical. With a mind that is vast and a heart that is gentle, may all beings be happy. May my thoughts and actions create blessings for the world. Imagine, just for a moment, that the mystery of Jesus, the Buddha, and the law of attraction was never meant to be hidden. Imagine it was always meant to be yours. If these teachings had not been buried, edited, and forgotten, what might your life look like today? Would you be living in fear, or would you be creating miracles, small and large, every single day? Would you see yourself as a victim or as a co-creator with the divine? The real miracle is not in moving stones or walking on water. The real miracle is remembering who you are. It is seeing the world as Jesus, the Buddha, the yogis, and the awakened ones saw it, as an infinite field of possibility responding to your every thought, feeling, and intention. So here is the final mystery, the one Jesus whispered in the hills, the one encoded in ancient scrolls, the one now being proven in the lab and felt in the heart. You are not separate from the divine. You are not powerless. You are the field. You are the miracle. And the moment you realize this, you become the answer you have been seeking. If you feel a resonance, if you feel a longing, do not ignore it. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and ask, not with doubt, but with certainty. Feel as if your prayer has already been answered. Marvel as the world shifts around you, because the greatest secret of all is that the kingdom is here, now, within and around you, waiting for you to claim it. Even the canonical Bible, if read closely, hints at the mystery, but a critical detail was lost in translation. In John 16:23-24, most Bibles read, "Whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Ask, and you shall receive, that your joy may be full." But the original Aramaic text was far more specific and far more powerful. Ask without hidden motive, and be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness may be full. This is not about begging or pleading. It is not about hoping from a place of lack. It is about aligning your heart and mind, about stepping into the feeling that what you desire is already yours, about becoming the energy of your wish fulfilled, so that the field, the universe, the kingdom reflects it back to you. This is mirrored in Tibetan Buddhist practice. When monks pray for rain, they do not beg the heavens. They visualize the rain falling, feel the cool drops on their skin, smell the wet earth, so vividly, so joyfully, that it becomes real in their hearts. And soon, rain falls. In the Buddhist tradition, the outer world is a reflection of the inner mind.